Like Uber, but not anymore to call some driver, but
Jets that live on giant palatial estates, they tell you you gotta live in a 45 square foot coffin apartment. They announced last week the new ones are 45. Here's Klaus Schwab saying Los Angeles will be private car free within 7 years. You go, well, they'll never do that. Oh, they'll cut your power off. They'll cut your oil off. And of course, they admit there's not enough power generation centers for even the cars they have that are electric, but that's okay. You need to think it's being replaced with something. That's how you sucker the public. Here he is.
I would like to make some betting with you. When we meet for the 20th, I hope I will have the pleasure still to be invited for the meeting. When we meet for the 20th Governance Summit, you will use the app like Uber, but not anymore to call some driver, but automatically guided car, a self-driven car, will come to your hotel or wherever you are and will bring you to the airport. Actually, I had a discussion some months ago with the mayor of Los Angeles, and you know Los Angeles is one of the cities with the heaviest traffic, who told me in 2030 Los Angeles will be private car driven free. And this will allow to transform highways into parks and other public spheres.
What's your sense of who's best placed at this time to lead the world into the fourth industrial revolution? Because you pretty much created this term.
Well, Klaus Schwab says America won't be a superpower. There won't be any really nations anymore. It'll all be run by the stakeholders. That means the big, most powerful bankers, the biggest families. They're taking full control. But they've got to first have their politicians do terrible things and discredit themselves while they wage war with people opposing them, and then they destroy us all together. Here's Klaus Schwab.
Who will really command the fourth industrial revolution and its technology like artificial intelligence?
What's your sense of who's best placed at this time to lead the world into the fourth industrial revolution? Because you pretty much created this term. We're seeing the kind of technological strides that China has made with Huawei, with the 5G technology. Do you believe that this could potentially be China's time once again?
We should make here again let's say a differentiation. On the one hand, we have state capitalism. On the other hand, we have shareholder or private capitalism. So it's a clash between two systems. I believe that state capitalism in the short term provides certain advantages because you can mobilize in a concentrated way a lot of resources to reach a specific objective. But I believe that the future is not state capitalism or shareholder capitalism. The future is what I call stakeholder capitalism, which is combined with the social responsibility.
And they define the social responsibility that you will eat the bugs, you will not have children, two men can have a baby. And BlackRock then says we'll, quote, control your behavior with the ESGs, with the social credit score. It's not coming, it's here.
It is, but that's why it's in 2035. That's why it's several years away. But here's the key. Has Congress voted on a car ban?
In your opinion, how is the switch, the forced switch to electric going?
It's going disastrously. First of all, on this pending strike, you have 1 million workers making non-electric cars. With these electric car mandates, you're talking about 40%, 400,000 workers being displaced. There's also about 7.5 million jobs related to the auto industry that are going to be impacted. Joe Biden's EV mandates are a controlled demolition of the U.S. auto industry. There's no other way to put it, because China is the main beneficiary, and we're seeing a potential Chinese invasion of cars, EV cars coming as they master it. The transition is going horribly, but I think that's not the actual purpose of this Biden plan. The plan is to create vehicle rationing to force less people to drive, force us into mass transit, and restrict our freedom of movement. That's what's coming out of these climate plans.
But Mark, that is politically out of the question. Any administration which imposes rationing on cars, limiting your ability to drive in these here United States, that's political suicide.
It is, but that's why it's in 2035. That's why it's several years away. But here's the key. Has Congress voted on a car ban? No. Has even the California legislature voted? No. This is all being done bypassing democracy, in many ways the same way the COVID restrictions. We didn't vote for church closures, school closures. Well, we didn't vote now for food restrictions. We didn't vote for the gas-powered car ban. This is a corporate government collusion, mostly coming from ideology, coming from the United Nations, World Economic Forum, and they are forcing this upon us. Now, it's not affecting us immediately, but it's down the road, and the question is, are we going to allow it? It looks like this whole EV mandate thing is going to collapse when people realize that it is going to create car rationing. I mean, this is similar to East Germany. They had one government authorized car, the crappy East German Trabant. Fast forward, here in the United States, we're basically saying the government is saying you can only buy one car in the future, an EV, likely manufactured solely from China. This is our future if we allow it, Stuart, and it's going terrible.